Hi, this is Mike from The Substream, and this is Watch This Instead for the week ending, the 4th of February, 2011. We got a chance to see Sanctum, the new crazy 3D cave adventure movie this week, and it's an interesting objective lesson in a couple of things. The first being that movie studios think that their audiences are retarded. Because this movie is directed by a guy named Alistair Grierson. You wouldn't know that from watching the trailer or looking at the poster unless you had a magnifying glass and you looked in the bottom in the small print where it says directed by Alistair Grierson. You would think that it was directed by James Cameron, director of Titanic and Avatar, the two biggest movies of all time. Because that's what's all over the trailer and that's what's all over the poster. There's this little line, of course, which is technically true, that the film was only executive produced by James Cameron, but really, I'm sure that means that he made all the decisions about it, right? What he presumably did in this case was approve it and use his name to get it made, and then bestowed upon these filmmakers his proprietary super cool 3D camera technology, which is another part of the objective lesson that a movie like Sanctum provides, which is a movie can be really, really, really profoundly, deeply bad, just poorly made, with terrible performances, really bad effects, really bad lighting, really annoying music, and everything creative in a film just not working, not just not working, but actively working to irritate you as an audience member. But if some parts of it are in really cool 3D, and some part of that cool 3D-ness is in the context of making an adventure movie, even if a film is that bad, if it has those elements, cool kind of some 3D shots in an adventure original context, you can be entertained for 5 minutes. Because that's just how bad all of the other movies that are surrounding Sanctum, the movies that have come out in the past 6 months and the movies that are going to come out in the next 12 months, that's how bad those movies are. But just if there's a glint of original, not a sequel, not a prequel, adventure time, just Indiana Jones running through a cave, you can be entertaining. And please just make more movies, not like Sanctum, but just more adventure movies where characters I haven't met before go on adventures. You have the power to do that, people with money that make movies, executive producers like James Cameron. Just please pick better directors. The best moment in Sanctum which is about people exploring a cave and then they get stuck, is when they go through this little tube tunnel and they come in this big cathedral, like open vault underwater, and it's this kind of really neat, one of the few really neat moments in the script because it's shot really neat and the 3D actually works where they're kind of amazed at this huge open space and they thought they were in a tiny space and now it's huge and they're dwarfed by the sheer force of nature. And it's one of the things that work. It's one of the things that's always worked in cinematic history. It's one of those cool adventure movie tricks, the best of which is in Ridley Scott's Alien, which wasn't groundbreakingly original. There had been movies about aliens before, there had been movies about monsters before, but it was characters exploring, having an adventure, and there's a scene in that in which they go in the alien ship, which they think is small, and they open it up, and they're in this huge chamber that they can't quite understand, and it's got this cool H.R. Geiger design. For a moment, Sanctum felt like that, and then it stopped feeling like that, and it started feeling crappy. But in its best moments, it got halfway as neat as a pedestrian, but really neat moment in a movie like Alien. So if you want to watch a movie that's about adventure, about exploring, about the penalty for hubris, about what the world and the unknown can do to you if you go one step too far, one step beyond the boundary, that's made by filmmakers that care about script and performance, and it's acted by actors who know what they're doing and aren't just trying to reach in your pocket and grab out some money. Watch the classic Alien by Ridley Scott, because it's got that Sanctum moment. It's just full of a bunch of other really cool moments as well.